All right, we are back again with the Blood Bowl 2015 mock draft. We're exactly 2 weeks away from this year's draft. And just to make it interesting for everybody, we've come up with our own mock draft. I've got Alf's Destroyers here with me.
The Butcher.
I've got Kavant's Crusaders here.
I'm protesting. They've already taken away my notes.
Well, in fairness, whatever pick
He did them in
Casey
crayon.
makes, yeah, whatever pick he makes, go the opposite way. As you've seen in my previous write-up, not the best first-round picker. But what we're going to do is we're going to go, each of us has been assigned 4 picks. KC started with Alf's Destroyer started with the number 1 pick, correct?
That's correct.
And then Kavant's Crusaders will go second. I'll go third. We'll try to watch the time so we don't go an hour on this one like last year. But of course, we're going to rag on all your all's teams. I do put the disclaimer out there. Take this advice at your own peril. We may be telling you the truth. We may be trying to gear you to taking people so we can get other players. And of course, as always, Hail Hydra.
All right, I got the first pick with Kavant's Crusaders coming in. He needs an entire team.
Yes.
So it don't matter what he picks. He can't really go wrong here, but I got him taking Winston in the first pick.
Okay, I agree with that pick unless
He trades.
Kavant's Crusaders goes a little bit outside of the box. And here's what I think he could do with league manager power. Rags to riches, you're not in the league anymore. Kavant's Crusaders has your team. That might improve his chances this year.
It's a win.
I was going to do that to Snowflake.
I don't think she'd notice until about week 6. Vance, you want to comment on your Jameis Winston pick? You want to tell us who you're picking number 1?
That is definitely one of them that is in the running for my number 1 pick.
But we all know he wants White.
Look, let's be honest. I've got notes here for days. Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be a starter now, so he does have 2 starting quarterbacks.
Who's the other one?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, yeah, because Manuel isn't starting.
No, Manuel sucks. But here's the question, is Fitzpatrick a long-term answer? I have a theory, and I'm going to get to this when I get to the Knights of Excalibur, when it's his pick. But I think Vance would be well-served to pick Jameis Winston. The good thing is he's got the first pick. I think there's 4 top stars. After that, I think there's about 10 serviceable guys.
Yeah, I think in the top 4 you hit every major position too. So
Yeah.
He can't lose. I'm still.
Oh, he will.
Oh, well, I wasn't talking about a game. I was talking about just picking a name.
I don't know. Mudcats picked Tavon Austin one year, number 1. That didn't work out.
Yeah. All right. Maybe he could.
In fairness, though, short of Michael Floyd, I don't see anybody else there that Vance couldn't replace today and do better.
Right.
Hey, Martavius Bryant's decent.
I don't know who he is, so I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
That receiver from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get him from you last year.
For the record, I know who he is, but it's funny to pretend I don't. That really discredits somebody's argument when you go, I don't know that guy. All right, number 2 pick was Killers, and Vance, Kavant's Crusaders, you're picking for Keith. Who are you going with?
Well, I have him trading that to Kavant's Crusaders for a 3rd-round pick for next year.
If he wants to get his kicker, he's going to really need to hang on.
Okay, I will trade him a tight end.
And his kicker, for the record, wasn't his kicker the one that got injured on the tackle? Squeeze him? Squeeze him?
Nice.
Squeeze him.
Nice.
So it may be a kicker.
That's fine. All right, I actually have him taking Gordon.
Melvin Gordon?
Yeah, that's the one.
For those of you who don't know, I glued Vance's cheat sheet together before this. And it was super glue, so I'm not sure what he can actually see.
Melvin Gordon from San Diego, running back.
I want to disagree with people. It makes it more interesting, but that's exactly who I've slotted.
Make that 3 for 3.
Yep.
That's exactly who I had slotted to go to Killers.
All right. Any discussion? I think we all know he needs a running back. He needs a couple spots, but that's the best pick. And he's really good at quarterback. He's got Steady Ben. He's got
a Eli. He's good for another year.
He's got Blake Bortles as a backup.
Yeah.
You don't know what you've got out of him yet.
So get you a big hamster.
Yep, go for it. All right, the 3rd pick this time, as we move right along, Knights of Excalibur. He can go anywhere.
Anyway.
He can go anywhere, and I like that for him. I looked at it. The obvious pick would be to go with Marcus Mariota, as this is a quarterback league. I mean, it just is. But let me point this out. He's got Mark Sanchez, who's backing up an injury-prone Sam Bradford. He's got Johnny Manziel, who's backing up whatever collection of crap they're going to throw out there in Cleveland this year.
And talking about him doing pretty good, he might be a starter.
Yeah, whatever. He also has 2 starting quarterbacks in Flacco and
Tannehill are fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going to say they're the number 1 quarterbacks,
No,
but they're going
no.
to be there for the next 10 years. He doesn't need to worry about it. There's going to be a point in time where Knights of Excalibur is not drafting in the top 5. And it's
right.
not that far away. The problem with that is if he uses this pick on a quarterback, even if the quarterback pans out for him, he drafted himself a backup. Whether it's his quarterback who's
That's
a backup or he knocks Joe Flacco or Tannehill down to a backup.
That's right.
He's drafting a backup. And his guys are young. Flacco's young. Tannehill's young. You've drafted your backup. Look at what happened to Drew's Warriors. Drew's Warriors has 3 great quarterbacks. Well, he's got 2 in Dalton. But Dalton's good. Dalton's starter
Dalton's
worthy
a starter
in this league.
for any other team.
Yeah. But he used all those picks, and now he's got the best backup in the league for 1 week a year.
Right.
Who cares? If it was a choice of Knights of Excalibur coming in at 6, I would say get the quarterback. But as a top 3 pick, I went away from quarterback because I think you can get a star player who will play every single week. Not 2 weeks or not rooting for an injury, because really when you have a good backup, you're kind of rooting for an injury. You're like, I'm covered on the injury. So to ramble on,
I could have swore he already said Marcus Mariota.
no, I said that
That
would
would be
have been
the pick, is what he said. That
That's
would be
what
the
some
obvious.
people, yeah. I think the better pick is Amari Cooper, the wide receiver from Oakland Raiders. It
Well-
could be a running back, but I think, I know he's hurting with Joique Bell and Giovanni Bernard and nobody else, but with Brandon Cooks, pair him with Amari Cooper every week, I think you've got the makings of a wide receiver tandem, and wide receivers last longer than running backs.
And I think, too, in this, he's learning how to play now. He understands what he's doing, so I got him taking him same pick, same 3rd pick. I just think he doesn't fall for it. I don't
This
think he
is
falls
just
for his
embarrassing.
quarterback.
Embarrassing people. 2 of the last 3 we have agreed on. I'd take Cooper with him.
He'd take Amari Cooper. I just don't see anything else that helps him
I think he's
week after
happy.
week.
He got his quarterbacks last year.
Got the quarterbacks.
I think he moves forward and fixes the next hole.
Yes. Yep. Plug that hole.
Yep.
Of course, I really think that he should trade that pick to Cavons Crusaders so he could get Amari Cooper.
I think he's crazy if he trades that
I
pick.
think,
But
I think he's insane at this point where he's building his team.
yes,
But you never know.
the draft does funny things. All right, the 4th pick is Snowflake Storm. Alan, I think you got this one.
Yeah, and I really struggled with this one because Snowflake is loyal to everybody who she picks. So looking at her team, she's pretty solid. I'm really surprised she's this early in the draft picks. I went with Mariano. I just think he's sitting there a ripe piece of fruit to be taken. He's 15 years guaranteed play. The only argument I have with myself on that is she's not hurting for quarterbacks. But I think this is a good pickup. She can afford to set on him for 2 to 3 years and let him develop.
Sure. I've also got, on her pick, Todd Gurley.
I've got slashed Gurley.
Yeah.
I really fought with that, but I think I'm going to stick with my pick. I think
You know,
she takes it.
Actually, I don't see that she has terrible weaknesses anywhere, so I went with Nelson Aguilar.
Aguilar.
And the reason I went with that is because she will do anything despite her husband who loves the Philadelphia Eagles. So
That's true.
So that's the first one we all 3 disagree on. I think she's solid. Anything she picks is going to win. But I just think our league is too quarterback heavy to let a potential slip by you when you got the
I think she'll pick a quarterback, running back, or wide receiver. And she'll be fine at any of those 3.
There you go. I agree.
She's
probably not a kicker, though.
She's selecting a backup, whatever she selects.
That's right. That's right.
She's in a good position being able to select a backup with whatever you take.
She's a very weird team in that every year it seems like she'll be up or she'll be really far down. So this was one of her down years. Look for a rebound. I mean, that roster's solid. If she can add a star player, I think she's going to try to get somebody.
I am going to say, if she leaves Mariano out there, there's going to be some really happy mid-round people.
I think Mudcats and Rags to Riches would be going crazy at this
I
point.
think there are going to be some very happy and this could change the whole face of the draft, in my opinion.
And
The whole face of history.
if Rags to Riches shows up, as we always critique, I do know he's got a vacation planned actually that week, so he may or may not be there. If he shows up, if Mudcats is there, this could be a trade pick.
Oh, absolutely.
'Cause
Absolutely.
she doesn't need anything, so you impress her with a pick. Maybe that's what she wants to do.
Yeah, I agree.
This could be our first. Honestly, I don't see Cavant trading. Killers, I don't think so. Maybe.
Maybe, but I doubt it.
I don't see Knights of Excalibur trading. So this could be the first real trade spot.
I agree.
All right, 5th. Vance, I believe you're up with Dallas Primetime's pick.
Yeah, I would have to go with Dallas Primetime looking at a running back. And the best one I think right now is available is actually Randall from the Cowboys.
I think you're insane.
You think?
I think Randall's okay, but I agreed with everything until you said the name. I got Gurley.
The only argument with Gurley is if he comes back from his
Gurley.
injury, he's going to be fine. He should be the pick if he's back from the injury.
I think Gurley needs to be on a Gurley team.
He is. He's on the Rams.
No, I kind of agree with the running back. If Todd Gurley was still there, I'd slot him here since we didn't take him in the last one. I think Randall is going to be a first-round pick. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole, but
I don't even have him on my list, so obviously neither would I. I consider myself pretty skilled at picking running back.
well, he's the starting running back for Dallas, and Dallas has got a good offensive line, so
I agree.
he's worth a shot. If Gurley's there and the draft has fallen the way it has, I would take Gurley. You're not going to get him for a few weeks. Then again, Dallas Primetime with Adrian Peterson coming back. Maybe she wants to make a big push early in the season. I will point out she does have Darren McFerrin for Dallas. So if she drafts Randall, she's covered, which is good. And then you've also got I've got 2 dudes from the same team. This really sucks. I'm wasting a spot.
But I do like your pick, though. I think Randall handcuffing 4, it's not a bad pick.
Not bad, not bad. It's a little high, I think, for 5, but we'll see. All right, number 6, Mudcats. That long pause is me rubbing my head.
I so hope Michael Vick gets picked up by somebody and starts.
Let's talk about theories. I've got a theory in life. Low risk, high rewards, good. But why on earth, when you can't add a player, would you drop a player? Tell me why. What's the point of dropping your players before the draft?
That's the only thing I can think of is you're bored and you're like, you know what, I ain't going to keep this dude, I'll drop him.
Yeah. So what if Michael Vick comes back? He's in the free agent pool. You dropped him. What if Chris Johnson signs with the Cardinals? You dropped him. And for what? What did you get out of dropping him? You
Nothing.
didn't have anybody
Open space on your bench.
to look at who you want to draft.
Yep.
You couldn't just mark them out in your head. You couldn't put a piece of tape on it. So now we're back to Mudcats, who dropped last year Ryan Fitzpatrick after trading a second-round pick for him. KC has Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Darn tootin'.
Wouldn't have a second starting back without Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Correct.
That is true.
Mudcats has all of one starting quarterback.
Singular.
Nick Foles. Nick Foles. In a quarterback league, he has one quarterback. And what he's done, forget every other name on the list, forget everybody gone, he's drafting Ryan Mallett.
He's stuck. He's stuck with Ryan Mallett, number 6. Got it wrote down, and when I wrote it down, I said, this absolutely hurts to be a first-round draft pick. But, this is a guy who I'd normally say you sneak in early second round, somebody picks him up and goes, okay, I got a scrap quarterback. Your year is going to be dependent on Mallett.
Yep. And Mallett can be good. He could be good.
Oh, he could. He could surprise us all.
He could turn out to be really good. He's got a good running back. He has a decent receiver, and what's his name out there?
But you're forced to take him. You left yourself no other option in your draft. None. You have to have a quarterback.
Hopkins. Couldn't think of it.
There you go. Yeah, Hopkins.
Yeah,
I just think you hung yourself.
You made your pick. You've stuck yourself with a pick, and you're gonna. I would assume Mallett's gonna be it. I don't think.
Unless you throw the year during the draft and you're done already.
Yeah, that's not a good plan. Now, the only other thing I would say, maybe Mudcats trades. Maybe he trades up. Maybe he trades back and says, I'm hurting. What can I get for this? I can maybe get Mallett later. Mallett's not going to fall below Rags to Riches, who, by the way, has no backup.
Again, you go back to what you said, Jonathan. I don't mean to beat on the guy because he's been with us a long time. I think he's one of the top 4 or 5 in the league as far as longevity, but you just dropped some of your trade fodder if you were going to try and make a trade. You just dropped Chris Johnson. You just dropped Michael Vick. Those are guys who have nothing else or that third person that you go, I had no other use for him. Let me see if I entice somebody.
Sure.
You lost that. So I just think you hung yourself with Ryan Mallett. or you scrap your year and go some other direction. I agree with you, John, 100%.
It's got to be Ryan Mallett, and you're
Yeah.
just going to hope he's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we're all hoping our picks are good, but if Ryan Mallett isn't, you've got one quarterback the rest of the way.
Yeah.
All right, so that was a pretty easy one. Bottom to top, number 7, Al.
Well, I think in this one, this is where it starts getting a little bit tougher to pick them. But Vance is sitting there watching this draft, going, "I might get lucky, and I might get lucky." And I think right here is where that goes down the drain. And
I don't
bottom to
get
top.
lucky often.
That's an image I do not want to see.
Yeah.
Vance getting lucky at the draft.
Ouch! Yeah. Oh, that hurt. I think right here is where you lose
Webcam.
your.
This is why we don't FaceTime the draft.
Here's where you lose your Chicago wide receiver. I think White's gone at this pick. I know there's some drama surrounding him right now, but he's talented. I'm really tossed between the Eagles wide receiver, but I'm going to go with.
Oh, you won't
White.
even go with his name?
Aguilar.
Aguilar. I
Aguilar.
can't hardly say it, but
I'm not sure that's exactly how you pronounce it.
I think White comes off the board here.
I can't disagree with that.
That's not my pick. I don't think it's a bad pick. I've just got TJ Yeldon from the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a starting running back.
Yeah, yeah.
It replaces out Andre Williams. He's got two really good wide receivers in Bryant and Jordy Nelson, and I don't mind Torrey Smith. And for some reason, my projections have Jarvis Landry as actually a pretty high pick. So
Yeah, he's not bad.
he might actually be a lot better off at wide receiver than I would initially think looking at his team. I went with a running back.
I have running back / wide receiver. I just think White's.
And in previous
name.
years, he's drafted running backs.
We're
more
talking
often.
about Mudcats, right?
No, bottom to top.
We're talking about, okay, well, okay.
Who'd you have him for?
I had him for Gurley.
Gurley,
Oh, wow,
okay.
okay.
Well, Gurley's long gone.
Running
So,
back.
Did we already take Gurley?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gurley went to DP.
yeah, I took a
No,
no.
Randall went to DP.
Oh, well, on your board, he's still open. Gurley's still open. But we outvoted you 2-1. We win and you don't.
So Yeldon. Yeldon would be what I was mocking.
I'm still sticking with White. This is my pick. That's who I'm taking.
I would have went Yeldon. If you're telling me Gurley's still available, then obviously I'm taking Gurley. at this
Yeah, I
point.
mean, if Gurley's out there, you're right. He's gone.
It does get a little confusing. We apologize for that. So let me check the board real quick. It went Winston, Gordon, Cooper, Mariota, Dallas Primetime was your pick, and you went Randall. I went Ryan Mallett. Al, you went
White.
officially Kevin White is the 7th pick.
Yeah.
All right, so Gurley's off the board.
Gurley is still available. Gurley has not
Gurley's
come off the board.
available?
Well, at this point, then I stand corrected. Gurley's going here.
You would have Gurley
Yeah,
instead of Kevin White.
Gurley instead of Kevin White.
Okay.
Any day.
See,
So,
and let me explain again to people who are actually paying attention 18 minutes later. We each do a mock draft, all three of us. We then take our three, we each get to lead every third pick. Al's got 1, 4, 7, 10. I've got 3, 6, 9, 12. Figure out Vance. So there is some confusion because we're looking at it going, did I take it out? Did he go out? Did he not? Now we're trying to combine those into one. So Gurley is the official 7th pick. Kevin White is there, but you would go Kevin White if Gurley was gone.
that's right.
On your mock, that's how you did. Okay.
Yeah. But on the total mock here, Gurley's going number 7 if he's still available.
If Gurley makes the 7, he's gone. All right, rags to riches, Vance. Number 8. Vance went to sleep.
Oh, rags to riches. Yeah. I got him looking for a quarterback or a running back. Since
Okay.
there's no quarterbacks available, I guess he'll go with whoever you think is the next best running back. And up until this injury, I believe that was Coleman.
Who?
Coleman?
Coleman, Tevin Coleman. From Atlanta?
Yes, from Atlanta.
Okay. Well, did he have a bad injury?
I don't think he had a bad injury, but
Him and Freeman sat out the first game, right?
right, him and Freeman are both in the same boat where they can't really see which one's better.
Well, he's a bigger body, as I understand it, which should get him more touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm going with Coleman on this one. Tevin Coleman.
Okay, I would have went Yeldon if he was still there. When I did my original mock draft, it was Joseph Randall, so I didn't hate him as much as I thought at 5.
I'm just going to throw out, I do a lot of running back, and Coleman ain't even on my list. So I know he's
Neither
a
was
big
Randall.
name.
What's your point?
I'm just saying, I'm pretty good with running backs. But I think I agree with you on the running back.
He's stacked at wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's got looks like 6, and I would for most teams I would start every one of them. At running back, he's got one backup, Steven Jackson. Well, I'm sorry, he's got Shane Vereen and Steven Jackson.
Yeah.
So he's pretty good. His problem is he needs a quarterback, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't trade a wide receiver, possibly a running back if he makes it to the draft to get there.
And for those of you who are listening, I am amazed that Jonathan knows every single one of the players on all of our teams.
Yeah. So Coleman is the final vote.
Yes.
I feel bad.
Coleman.
Somebody made it onto the list of our final draft that ain't even in my top picks. Okay, anyway.
Two, you
That's
said
two.
Randall isn't on
Well,
there.
Randall either. Yeah, I ain't got Randall either.
I'd like to point out both of those were Vance's picks.
We keep doing this, he ain't gonna show up next
I'd
year.
like to point out.
And we got a bear button now.
I just broke a window. Number 9, Drew's Warriors. Drew's Warriors is close. I don't think he's that far off. He thinks he's in a rebuilding year, as he told me.
I think he's crazy. He's close.
He came within, 2 touchdowns last year of winning the championship?
Yeah, I think he
And
needs
he's
to
rebuilding.
reassess.
I don't think he needs to rebuild. Clearly, quarterback is not anything he needs. So on my pick, I would have went Tevin Coleman actually right there. So I wasn't that far off. Because TJ Yeldon's still there, I'm going TJ Yeldon from the Jacksonville Jaguars. He needs a running back. His running back situation is pretty poor. He's got Lynch and Bell, which I know you're saying, oh, that's not poor. Those are great. Behind them, he's got Charlie Sims.
Yeah.
I think Charlie Sims is, just fodder.
As much as this thing's derailed with these picks, I
Yeah.
had Yeldon going here as well.
I actually had Kevin White going here.
Well, yeah, at some point, White has to go on their draft. I agree with you. But I had Yeldon as well, Jonathan.
Although, in fairness, I'm really hoping Kevin White will make it 4 more
well,
picks.
with their draft going now, yes, you can actually start. What was it I said earlier? You can start getting excited. Maybe you
Mudcats. Drew's Warriors, he could use a wide receiver. I think he can use a running back a whole lot more than that. He'd get more points by doing that. So I'm going with Yeldon. We'll take him off the board.
All right.
10. Cheap trick. That's me.
All right, I'll tell you, I did a lot of research on this one. I got to change my actual paper here because with the way things have fallen, there's no way you'll take the pick I have. With the board we're running right now, Aguilar is yours. I think you take him without even taking 10 seconds before you click the button.
I do like the Eagles.
I think he's gone. But now, had this been my original pick, White and Aguilar were both gone. And a lot of people are going to say, that's a crazy pick. I got you picked with Detroit's Abdullah.
I like him.
And I'm telling you, he had a heck of a first preseason game. If I redid my picks, I think Abdullah is one of the top running backs available this year.
Well, I'll say, without giving too much away, there's about 11 picks I noticed. So I'm pretty happy. I feel somebody's going to fall to me. I'm not looking for Ryan Mallett.
Yeah.
The rest of it, we'll see how it plays out.
Ironically, at this point, I have him taking Yeldon. So apparently Yeldon's in this
Yeah.
range here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeldon's
agree.
been picked for the last 3 picks.
Right.
So-
So he's in that range for that.
Yeah.
That actually, I wouldn't say mid tier. This is getting late in the draft. But officially, Aguilar's who I put you with.
Yeah, I'd probably take Aguilar over Kevin White.
Yeah.
If it was the
Well,
two,
it's your
just
team.
for
It's
the
your
team. But there's a couple guys still out there. Your Abdul, he looks pretty good. If Gurley falls, as we forgot Gurley was on the board for
Is
a long
Gurley
time.
still on?
No, we
Okay,
you
okay.
took
we
him
took him.
off.
We took him off.
Okay, I
We
was
took him
gonna
off.
say, that's crazy.
If he were to
Yeah,
fall,
if he was
we'd
to
forget.
fall this far,
Yeah.
there'd be a whole lot of trades going on.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm in a good spot because there's about 11 guys. I'm picking 10.
I agree.
I can be happy with anybody. Number 11, replacements. Vance?
Hey, replacements, I look at his team and I say, what does he really need?
He needs a Super Bowl win that he's going to get this year. That's my prediction.
I don't see him having weaknesses anywhere, so I would just assume you pick up the best available player. I would pick up a running back at this point, and since he hasn't been taken off the board yet, it would be Abdullah.
And I'll cry if Abdul goes one pick before I get to pick. I'll cry. But yeah, I did on this one. I agree with you now. But with their board being the way it was, I think the running back wouldn't hurt him. But you can't leave White out there any longer.
That's true.
I would pick Kevin
could.
White out of our board, and actually I mocked him for Kevin White.
Really, you mocked White going this late, number 11.
Yeah,
Wow,
I mocked
that's-
him. I mocked him behind, and actually I mocked him in front of Abdullah. I think replacements, judging by his previous drafts, has never went after a running back particularly early. He's went after young rookie wide receivers. The only thing I will say, short of I like Kevin White in this pick, is look for replacements to trade up. He's got so many. I mean, what's his bench look like? His bench is Deshaun Jackson, and he's got Victor Cruz. He's got Doug Martin, Isaiah Kroll.
If there's anybody that's got the bench to trade for a higher pick, it's replacements. And I'm telling you, I don't think he can do a whole lot wrong with this pick. This is his year to either show he can do it or
take our advice and get screwed.
Yeah, if he trades, I think he's either going to go crazy and go all the way up to 4, and it's going to cost him, or he's going to throw a Victor Cruz or something to Mudcats and get that number 6 pick.
And on my paper, just to say, and I agree with where you're at now, I had Perryman going in this pick.
The wide receiver out of Baltimore. Yeah, he's not hurting at anything except backup quarterback. If he gets an injury,
it's not there.
If he gets an injury, he's screwed. That could be the only thing that slows him down.
So
or
maybe he looks at going for a number 4 or 6 pick. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The only other thing is, he's pretty set. He's basically looking for a week 15 and 16.
Yeah.
I think he's got. I think top to bottom. I mean, I've got a good team. Alf's got a good team. There's some good teams. Rags to Riches has a good team. Snowflake has a good team. I think he's the best team in the league. And in fact, judging by my projections, that doesn't mean anything. My projections for this year is he would score 3,493 points. I would score 3,476. So he's about a 17 point. He's about a 1 point a week favorite over me.
I've done said I feel he's my pick for the year.
The only thing is, he should have won last year.
Hey,
He should have.
I called you at the start of the year. Butcher wins, baby.
He should have won.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You lost. I won.
For the record, Alf did not predict himself to win the championship last year.
Did I not?
No.
I'm pretty sure I did.
You probably talked smack, but in our official projections, it wasn't.
Yeah, that's right. I said I had the best draft with Jeremy Hill and Derek Carr, 2 picks in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like either
And
of them,
still
but
won.
they came out pretty
And
good.
still won.
They came out pretty
Still
good.
won.
He-
Still won.
They suck.
Still won.
Alf sucks.
I won.
And so pick 12,
Pick 12.
Alps Destroyers.
Alf's Destroyers. I think he's already told you who he's going to take. Amir Abdullah, if he's there.
If he's there, he's gone.
And that's who I had mocked there. I don't see Alf trading that pick. I don't see. And in truth, there's 12 out of the 12 picks. There's 10 of them that we've mocked that I like. And then there's 2 of them that I don't really care for. But Abdullah, he looks like he's going to be good out of Detroit. He's a committee back, but this day and age, everybody's a committee back.
And he's a big receiver.
Yeah.
Receiving back. He's
And
got some speed.
Detroit throws it. Detroit runs it. I like what he's got in Detroit. And let's be honest, there are very few non-committee backs anymore.
That's right.
So if you're drafting, well, he doesn't get all the carries. Okay, he's not Adrian Peterson. There's like 4 of them.
That's right. You got Peterson. You got maybe
Charles.
Charles.
He
you got
gives
the
up
guy-
a lot to Davis now.
Well, actually, he does.
You probably
Levy
got
and
Morris.
Bell.
You got Morris, Levy, and Bell. You got Morris.
I think he'll give up
Washington.
some. Yeah,
not much though. They don't have a whole lot.
They got somebody this
But
year.
you're right. It's going.
Yeah.
It's going. And this pick, just to tell you, and I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to take. Abdullah, he's there with Ergraf going. Perryman's still there. And I'm going to throw out a name that nobody's mentioned that I still like is Parker.
Yep.
With Miami.
I actually had him as your pick. for
Yeah,
this.
I've actually, if you look at my sheet, I got Parker as my pick. But
I don't know who that is.
he's a receiver out of Miami. Now you just want to start both of those. And in the second round, there's some names in there. They're going to be big.
In
There's
our
gonna be a couple
draft,
leftovers.
you got Perryman, you got Parker right off the bat. You've got a couple other committee backs that you could get out of here. I don't know that there's any quarterbacks left.
I'm just telling you, a lot of times we don't look at the second, third, and fourth rounds, not big rounds, but years like this, those of you that have the first 4 or 5 picks going in the second round are going to pick up a secondary scrub. I mean, not scrub, but a good player. You're going to get a good scrap.
Well, and some people need to look at too is improving their defense, improving their secondary
That's
team
when you do
players.
the second, third round. You can get some key. I'll tell you right now, if you ain't looked at defensive players of what's sitting out there right now, there's a defensive player projected to score 160 points in the defensive pool.
There's linebackers. There's defensive. I don't like to go crazy on defensive backs because they're so strange. But
I
linebackers.
agree, but if you look at what we're discussing here, and I'm not going to tell you who it is, you go find him yourself. 160-point defensive back is more points than any of these rookie receivers that are on the board. forward.
I assume he's feeling better this year, so I'm not discrediting it. I typically stay away from defensive backs because it can go anyway.
Yeah,
but
and
there
it's
are
too
some-
early in the first
yeah.
round. But
No, don't draft them in the first round, but second round. And some of these people, this is what amazes me.
The first round is for kickers.
This has always been something that has amazed me, though, is why more teams, the lower tier teams that are drafting higher, that are not quite competing, are not trading with the teams like Alf, like me, replacements for our second round picks.
Yeah.
Look at replacements. How many people is he going to drop? On his team, he's got Derek Anderson and Cody Latimer that I would consider droppable.
Cody Latimer, though, if you've looked,
Yeah, he's okay.
He's a round 2 pickup for somebody.
Yeah. So he's going to drop Derek Anderson to get his first round pick.
Yeah, okay, that's garbage. Okay, that's one.
So what's he doing in the second round? If you threw him anything, if you threw him how about my second round draft pick next year? Okay, that's probably still going to be lower than his second round draft pick. Maybe he takes it. Maybe you can package something. Maybe you can give him a player, or you can trade him your picks and get one of his scrub players. I don't know, but
if his scrub player is better than your starter,
yeah,
and you're not making a play at getting him,
yeah,
it's exactly like you said when we started this out. Having the best backup quarterback in the league is not bragging rights.
no,
It's not. Your backup quarterback should be exactly that, guys. He's a backup. I'm kind of preaching at the choir when I've got my running backs and my backup running back is Lamar Miller. Y'all want to make a trade for him. That's what you can do with him. I mean, that's how you play a dynasty league.
I've had, at different times, my backup quarterback has been Tony Romo, Russell Wilson. I've had some good backups. I've traded every one of them. And I've done it. I've kept Matt Ryan, who may not have been as good as some of the others, because I like watching Matt Ryan. But I hate watching my backup quarterback outscore my starters.
Absolutely.
I hate it.
As a fluke, okay,
Sure.
I can live with it. But not on a weekly basis.
Not when I'm sitting there going, who should I start this week,
When
Romo
you
or
have
Ryan?
to fight over who you're starting in your starting lineup,
Yeah.
you need to make a trade.
Yeah.
You need to get resources coming down the road, or you're going to pay for it.
All right, so who is? Well, let's do the opposite this year. Who's worst team in the league after the draft? Who's going to have the worst season? We're not picking on them. We're just saying who's our pick to have. The
I think
worst
Vance is a 3-year recovery. I think he's the worst team again this year.
I think the bottom is pretty set. I think right now, Killers, KC's rebuilding. I think Drew's Warriors. Drew's Warriors is good. Knights of Excalibur is going to move up. I think Snowflake's going to move up. I see Dallas and Mudcats and bottom to top. I see them coming down. Who's your surprise pick this year? Vance, I'm sorry, I didn't give you a chance to see who you thought would be at the bottom.
Well, it sure ain't the Cavant Crusaders. I'm going Mudcats.
Okay.
Mudcats.
Who's the best improved team?
And I don't want to do this with favoritism, but at the end of the year, I think Knights Excalibur made some heck of trades. I think he's really solidified. It's hard because he's down in the 4, but I look at him going up into the upper 8, 9 maybe. I don't know 9 making the playoffs, but
I don't see him in that.
I think he makes a push to show that he's trying. I think he goes, or the really easy pick here is Snowflake Storm.
Yeah, I'm not picking Snowflake.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not a pick.
anybody who looks at that goes, she had a rough year last year. Her team rebounds into the top echelon automatically. I'm going Knights Excalibur.
Vance?
I absolutely agree. It's either Knights or Snowflake, and I don't think Snowflake qualifies. So
Yeah, Snowflake. When
I
you
go
lose a few games by a few points, and then that's the thing.
It's a tough year.
She could have had the 7th or 8th pick.
Yeah.
She tanked her last 5 weeks
Right.
because she looked at it and went, I've
out.
lost by a touchdown here, a touchdown there.
Right.
She could have been a better team, but she wouldn't have been a playoff team.
Right.
So what was the point?
Right, so she played the Dynasty League the way it's supposed to be played.
Yeah.
She's not a terrible team. She doesn't deserve to be in that lower echelon. Same with, I know we pick on Vance all the time.
He dropped players
He
to
dropped
get
players.
worse.
So no, he knows how he's playing the game. He knows he's a 2-year rebuild. And this year he's going to start that clown back up.
So I'm going to go with, if I saw more activity from bottom to top, I would say bottom to top. I think he's got the players, but this is going to be a weird one. And if she takes whatever crap Vance tried to give her in the first round, Randall, I'm going to change it. But Dallas prime time, I think she's
Putting a good thing together.
She's got Adrian Peterson back.
Yep.
Hopefully he's not hitting his kid this year.
Yep.
She's got the quarterbacks.
Yep.
She's got a couple good wide receivers.
Maybe Ray Peterson won't hit any of her quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. I think she could be a surprise pick.
I think so. She'll be good.
She's in a tough division.
Yeah.
Because in her division, she's already got rags to riches and me. That's a tough. That means she's likely third, which is going to make everybody go, "Oh, well, she wasn't that good." Because say she loses to both of us, that's 4. She loses to Alf, Snowflake, replacement. That's 7 losses right off the bat. She loses 2 that were close games. Now she's got a 5-9 season. It looks bad, but
Nobody should get upset with that though, because that's how we designed this league, is to make it to where it's tight and it's tough.
yes,
In time, there should only be 1 or 2 teams struggling at a time, and everybody else is competing.
yeah.
And to be honest with everybody, it's coming. We're seeing these younger teams building stronger to where me and Jonathan aren't going to ride the wave forever. I mean,
I see 6 teams competing for 4 spots this year. There's
Yeah.
me and Rags to Riches in my division. There's Snowflake and Alf in their division. There's Replacements and Drew's Warriors. That's 6 teams. There's 4 spots. And 3 division winners, and then 3 people are going to be going for a wild card. Now, out of those, somebody will tank
Right.
at the end just to lose.
and then you push a DP and you push Knights Excalibur as upcoming. Hopefully, we get to the point where there's 8 to 9 teams competing yearly.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's.
And that'll be fun for us when we get to that point.
And now this year's draft is a little deeper than some others.
Yes.
And that's what's making it a very interesting run. I think we're all looking at picks going, oh, that's pretty good. But, there is a difference between Jameis Winston and Ryan Mallett, clearly. Kavance Crusaders is improving. Is that an 80-point-a-year difference? Is it a 100-point? Whatever. But if
Right.
in 2 years he's drafted... Look at Drew's Warriors. He drafted first for a number of years, and now he's, I think he's...
Number 6.
Yeah, he's at least, he may be 4. He may be right there. And keep this in mind. Dallas Primetime, I picked her as an improving team. You both picked Knights of Excalibur as an improving team. Say he does a little bit better against me and Rags to Riches in our division. Those are tougher games. If Drew's Warriors gets Mudcats, who we predict to be down, and Kavance Crusaders, that's 4 wins. That's 4 wins, whereas maybe I don't get all those wins.
Yep.
Okay, let's
I
go
don't
with...
know why I come here.
All right, real quick, who do you predict on the opposite side of that good team that's going to slip?
Me.
Yeah.
I think this is. I think I'm reaching the end of the road for me.
It could be.
I think my team's getting. I think I'm a playoff team again this year, but it's tough. I think I'm probably going to be the one that falls into the probably the 8 to 10 category.
Could be.
I swear, I think Alan and I have written out the same notes, because if there was anybody falling, I think it's Alf's Destroyers. I think he's getting a little old and a lot bald.
I will say Drew's Warriors, if he plays like he still thinks he's not close, he's gonna fall out.
yeah.
If he's playing thinking I'm not within a year or 2,
Then you're not.
you're not within a year or 2. You're this year.
Yeah.
You're
I
there
agree.
today. So that could be it.
If you think you're a year or 2 away, I'll be happy to trade teams with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And finally, as we wrap this up, champion. Al, I think you've already picked yours, but replacements?
Yeah, I think replacements. This is this year, and I'm just going to throw out that I really do think this year Snowflake has a great year. Of course, you'll have a good year. But replacements, if you don't do it this year,
Never picking you
I'm
again.
not going to pick you anymore. I mean, you're stacked.
Yeah.
I really think this is the first time that somebody new cracks into the Blood Bowl Cup.
Vance?
If you would have asked me before Al, I would have said replacements. But since we've agreed on everything so far today, I'm going to have to go with Cheap Trick.
I like hearing it. I don't feel it, though. I'm telling you how it's going to go. That, in my opinion, I'm going to see it going. Cheap Trick wins his division. Snowflake Storm will take her division. Replacements will take his division. The wild card will be Rags to Riches. And then somehow, I believe that the championship game is going to be Rags to Riches Replacements.
That'd be awesome to see.
I think it is. I think they're going to have the team. And I think Replacements has the better team. But just out of keeping it interesting, Rags to Riches is not that far off. I mean, they're a 0.2 difference a week. I'm going to pick Rags to Riches. I think he's got a real good shot.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see a championship game going into it where we know new champion.
New champion.
No matter what. And I think this year it's going to be Rags to Riches.
But I do guarantee you guys that the butcher is not going to lay down.
He's getting so old and big he couldn't get back up if he did. So.
All you got to do is kick the cane out from underneath him.
And we know Vance will be distracted by my cat, so he's not going to do well. He's going to be out.
What is wrong with that cat today? I thought for sure she was going to climb up my back.
closing thoughts. Anybody got anything we didn't discuss? I feel good about it. I think we're ready for some Blood Bowl action.
I think so, and I hope everybody's enjoying as much time as you put into this. And you guys, it's hard to find a league like this, but I don't want to run anybody off. But if you don't appreciate the league and you don't want to vote on the polls and stuff, then you're doing nothing but hurting it for the 75% of us who do. So please be active and do your due diligence. We know everybody can't do everything like Jonathan does, but he works hard at this. And last year we picked up for him, and if we need to do that, let's make sure we keep this league running strong.
Yeah, I'm open for anybody to do anything. I've said it before. If you want to do a write-up, if you want to put the images, if somebody wants to make team logos, podcast, if you want to put a video, you tell me what you want to do. Vance and I will figure out a way to put it on the site.
As long as it's in good taste.
Yeah, good taste. That's all we've ever asked.
Oh, wait now. We just did this draft and now you're all saying it's got to be in good taste?
I didn't talk about Snowflake Snatch at all.
That's
Let's
right.
see.
Not one time did
Y'all got mooned through the draft.
We've kept it Hydra clean, Hell
right.
Hydra.
Hell
It's been a fantastic run. We'll try to, whether all of us get together or not, we'll try to recap the draft before the beginning of the season. And good luck to everybody. Hope you lose against me.
Good luck, people. Enjoy it, because I'm coming back.
All right, we'll see that in the next 10 years. See you guys at the draft.